And welcome to the Rebel Radio Podcast. This is Mark.
This is Matt.
This is Long. Hopefully sounding HD.
Yep.
HD. Much sexier today, Long. Much sexier.
More hi-fi, less lo-fi.
Well, Matt's got he looks like a camouflage shirt on, so I can't even see him. So, But
that's right.
That
Going
was
for the John Cena thing.
That was a bad joke there. But the RebelRadioPodcast.com with some Rebel Radio
shirt
updates. Oh, camouflage Spider-Man, which I'm not sure why Spider-Man.
I don't know. Under Armour released it. Yeah.
But yeah, I did some updates to the website. The podcast adventures page is up, which is basically just a photo gallery of some things we've done over the years. I'm probably going to add to it, but I had not really tweaked the Rebel Radio Podcast website in a couple of years, honestly. So I've just kind of been doing some stuff to it. I kind of let it. I do update it weekly, obviously, with the episode, but I just kind of had let it flow, and I felt that it was time to do some updates. So people that visit it look for new things, and I know not everybody visits. Some people just listen to us on their favorite podcast app, and that's okay too. But if you choose to visit the website, there it is. And you can also follow us on social media, of course, Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff. Those are the two primaries. But yeah, man, here we are, episode 498, 2 away from 500, and it's going to be a good one. 500 is going to be a big episode. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. We are going to reveal the inaugural class of the 2026 Rebel Radio Podcast Hall of Fame on that episode. Looking forward to that. I think that's going to be an exciting thing. I'm kind of a bit of a nerd when it comes to Hall of Fames and like awards sometimes. Not so much the Oscars, kind of like just certain types of awards. I think it's kind of cool. It's almost like why didn't I do this sooner? Or we do this sooner? It's like it just seems like a no-brainer. Since we've done 500 episodes, I guess you have to feel worthy to have a Hall of Fame for your show, And I feel like 12 years and 500 episodes, we're worthy to have our own Hall of Fame.
Yeah, man, we've definitely met some criteria.
Yeah, you don't want to be 6 months old and have Hall of Fame. You have to have some. Yeah,
exactly. You got to be around. Have to have been around for a while. Not to where you can collect Medicare, but it's definitely got to have some tenure.
Yes,
we've got that.
It has to be earned. Yeah, I feel we've earned it, and I think it's going to be fun. And there will be a Hall of Fame page on the website with the class when it's announced. So that'll be pretty cool. Otherwise, man, I had to go back to work this week, so I'm a little tired. I'm not going to lie. You get off, you take a week off and you get all off schedule. It takes you about a week to kind of get back into it.
It really does. Yeah.
I'll survive.
And how?
Yeah.
Schedule changes. Yeah. It's like you stay up whenever you want, and then it's back to the grind. You gotta be asleep by 9 or 10.
Well, I had quite the adventure today, and that's not really an adventure. So I was kind of just browsing Facebook Marketplace to see what people were selling on there for as far as like Transformers, and lo and behold, I saw a G1 vintage Deathsaurus. Very, very hard to find figure here in the United States. This is an actual Japanese figure. And it's vintage. He was selling it for 90, and I said, how about 80 for cash? Yeah. And this bad boy goes for like, I don't know, $300 on eBay at least. Because it's that hard to get, and they've never done reissues for the toy. So this is like the actual original 1989 vintage toy, and it's in such great condition too. And I had to drive all the way close to New Caney.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
You did that today?
Yeah, I did that today. Yeah. And the address looked a little sketchy. It was definitely out in the boonies.
Oh yeah.
And but I texted Matt and said, "Hey Matt, okay, I'm going to this address. If you don't hear from me by 6:30, call the authorities."
Call the authorities.
Yeah.
I'm looking for me.
So anyways, I got it. The guy was legit. And it's missing a tail, it's missing its swords, it's missing its 2 cassette creature features. But I have the original vintage Deathsaurus. So
Nice.
it's very
Nice.
chunky and blocky, and yeah, it's hard to get on the States side, for a good deal. So
yeah, you can find some. I've seen some good deals on Facebook Marketplace, but I'm weary of it because I've been burnt a couple of times on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And but I've had a couple of things that have been successful. I've sold a couple of things on Facebook Marketplace, but
they started doing seller reviews too, which helps.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've been using Mercari a bit lately too. Bought a few.
Oh yeah, Mercari.
I like because they send you like free $5 coupons and stuff. So like,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so but cool, man.
That will eat into my budget this Saturday.
Hey, but you wanted it.
It's a golden opportunity. I've never seen an opportunity like that before.
Right.
So
yeah, sometimes you just gotta take it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
It might not. It's one of those things like, especially if it's that rare, you might not see it again, and then you'll be like, man, that one time, and I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's so rare that there's a website called Transformerland. It's a store that specializes in online sales of used Transformer figures or pre-owned. And the last time this figure was sold on that website was in 2014.
Oh
wow!
Yeah. So it was like wow. So yeah. Anyhow,
so now he's gonna flip it.
Yeah, I might. No, I'm joking. It's missing all its parts. What am I going to do with it? No,
it's one of those things you hang. Well, I mean, you can hang on to it for a while and say I owned it, and then flip it and buy other Transformers.
Yeah, but it's in such great condition. I mean, I even flip it. I mean, it looks like it's fresh out of the box.
Cool.
It has die-cast metal on it, and the gold plating on it's almost fading.
Was it like an older gentleman or something that was selling it?
No, it's some Mexican dude.
Oh, so it might have been like his kids, and they just had it, and then even
the guy he was telling me that he specializes in selling I forgot what was it, flipping items or flipping not items but a certain type of item, and then he just he goes to his online store to buy them and flip them, but he sees like a random bunch of Transformers toys, like it's only $20, why not? So we bought it. So
wow.
So, yeah, and he didn't know what they were or whatever, but I'm glad he didn't do his research on eBay.
Jeez, yeah.
So,
yeah, from what you told me, I thought you were gonna flip it.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna hold on to this as bragging. It's like, hey, I got one of the rarest Japanese toys here, So
this is true.
Go to Japan, they have tons of it, But that's my little drive, 2-hour drive, and I came home and mowed the lawn.
Oh man,
to work off the excitement.
Nice, productive.
Yeah, very productive.
Yeah, man.
And I had to cook my dinner.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Dang, you did all kinds of shit today.
Yeah.
Got some stuff done. You worked, then you did that, and then you came home.
And I'm recording a podcast.
And you're recording a podcast.
Yeah. Then I had to shower. Anyways, quite a busy evening. So
sounds like it. Man. All right. Well, did you guys see what I just read it? Then I lost it. That Steven Spielberg is doing. I thought it was interesting. He was doing press for Disclosure Day, and he revealed that Harrison Ford turned down Jurassic Park.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah, he said that he sat with Harrison and asked him if he really wanted to do it, and Harrison was just like, I mean, I don't know if I want to do a franchise type picture right now. This. I think this is 1991ish, 92.
Yeah.
Instead of Ford, to play Grant.
He got finished of Indiana Jones. Yeah, he was going to play Alan Grant. And he just didn't want to do another franchise type picture, and it worked out. I mean, Sam Neill's great. Don't get me wrong, but
he did The Fugitive instead because that came around that time.
The Fugitive so I thought that was kind of cool, though, man. It makes you imagine what that's something I did not know about that movie. You hear about Will Smith turning down Neo in the Matrix, and
I can't imagine him doing that.
You hear about Tom Cruise, almost playing Iron Man. You hear about those kind of things, but I never heard of Harrison Ford almost played Alan Grant.
Robert Redford playing Han Solo.
Right. Or
He could have pulled it off.
Tom's-
After seeing some movies with Robert Redford, he could definitely do Han Solo. if he
Tom
wanted.
Selleck playing Indiana Jones. There's all kinds out there.
Yeah.
So it seems Paramount Pictures has dropped the idea of this Transformers G.I. Joe movie, and they're just going to move on with another Transformers sequel. They've hired a writer, and it's in the pre-production stage of script writing. So
Is Michael Bay still attached?
maybe as a executive producer, but not as a director.
Okay.
But yeah,
I really do not like the aesthetic of the Bay Transformers. They try to look too realistic. They don't have that clean G1 look.
I like the movies for what they are.
Yeah.
Like I don't hate them. Like the first one's kind of fun, and then
I don't hate them either. I just don't like the look.
Right. And but I think the Transformers vs. G.I. Joe movie was a pipe dream, and it probably would not have been good. I think it's probably a better idea just to keep these franchises separate. Because let's be honest, I'll give the 2007 Transformers movie a slide. I think it's pretty okay.
Yeah,
and Bumblebee is good, but we still don't have a really good G.I. Joe movie. It's like, so until you get a really good G.I. Joe movie, let's not try to do Transformers.
I don't know. I felt that they were. I felt that they were entertaining.
I mean,
they weren't.
Let's get the franchise right.
Yeah.
Right. I like the second one better than the first one. No, they're entertaining. Yeah. I mean, I own them. I have them on Blu-rays. I mean, I do. They're not the worst thing ever.
No,
but they could have been better.
Yeah. The worst they could be. The worst they could do is be boring. And thankfully, they weren't boring. So
right. No. And the second one has freaking ninjas in it, so
Yeah.
Freaking ninjas.
James Gunn teased the Vigilante as being a Man of Tomorrow, a very kind of obscure Teen Titans character. Thought that was interesting, and I think I love Superman, but I started realizing after, I think I said this before in the podcast, after watching with my mom, and she did not enjoy it as much as I think maybe James Gunn stretches a little bit too much, where he alienates people that aren't familiar with everything in the DC universe. And, with a character like Vigilante, or is he doing that?
Isn't that the name of the character from the John Cena show?
That was Peacemaker.
Oh, yeah, Peacemaker. But then that was the name of Peacemaker's sidekick guy with the glasses. Isn't he Vigilante?
I don't remember. I didn't see all the show though.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
that is Vigilante.
So maybe he's going to appear in the movie too. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just kind of looking through the news here. What a slow news week.
I heard that Jason Momoa is no longer attached to the Helldiver movie.
He probably read the script and said, "Nah,"
which is crazy because he did the Minecraft movie.
Yeah,
which is start shooting a sequel apparently soon.
Yes.
I've never even seen the first movie.
You trust me, you'll just feel dumber after you watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're not missing nothing.
Right.
Yeah, man, that's about it. What a slow ass news week. There's like Toy Story 5 reactions are great. Of course, it had its premiere the other night, and they're saying it's pretty much sounds like another perfect film. So, yeah, and movies this weekend. Disclosure Day comes out, which apparently Spielberg's best in quite a while. Martial arts film The Furious, which is 100% Rotten Tomatoes, hits theaters. I do want to see that. It looks freaking badass. And other than that, I guess we move on to things we watched this week or things we checked out, played. I think we all three saw a movie in theaters. So yeah, I guess but we'll go through first. We'll save that then for the end. We'll all talk about it all together. Anything else y'all watched or checked out this week?
Well, I guess I'll go first. What did I do? Let's see. It felt like a short week since we last talked, but no, it's the film that we all of us watched this past few days. And I guess when we get to Matt or Mark, we'll talk about it. I started reading the Ghost in the Shell manga, the original Dark Horse manga, and so far it's pretty good. I've forgotten how humorous the comic book can be, the original manga can be. Oh, speaking of news, they announced that that they're finally re-releasing or remastering the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Remember
so
y'all shared that. Yeah.
it's coming out November 3rd, which is Godzilla's birthday. So it's only going to be $30. It's going to feature online play, and that's going to be awesome. So I can't
Pretty
wait to
affordable.
play that game again. Yeah,
Yeah.
$30 digital. I did watch some of the Games Fest announcements from last week, kind of bleeding into through our last recording session. Last time we talked about Sony's big announcements, which is Wolverine and God of War, Laufey. But I didn't realize that they were going to do an Xbox showcase as well. Matt, did you hear about what's announced in it?
No.
No? Okay. There's been some big announcements-ish in the Xbox showcase. It was just an hour full of just game trailers. And I think the biggest thing out of it was they're going to become more exclusive with some of their titles. What was it? I'm trying to remember if there were some games of note that came out of it. What was it? I know, no, nothing much. Just Halo, but that's multi-platform, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was an hour-long Xbox announcement from it. Then the day after that, it was Nintendo Direct, and they did their. Oh wait, they did announce the Xbox Series X 25th anniversary. It looks pretty cool. Disk drive and all, green controller, green case. I don't know. I might pick it up. I still have my old Xbox games in my cabinet. That's systemless. So, and Nintendo Direct just announced a whole ton of RPGs. Like, I don't know, like the first Final Fantasy 2D HD game. And so looking forward to that. Star Fox is coming out soon. So, nothing big on my end. So, who wants to go next?
I was looking for. I was trying to see if there was a deal on the new Resident Evil game, and I realized I hadn't played the Resident Evil 4 remake, and they had their gold version, with a bunch of add-ons and extras for $16.99. And so I was like, I'm gonna get that. I haven't played it. And that's trying to go in sequential order. So I haven't played it since it was on PS3, and I did play it on PS3. So I downloaded it and I played some of it today. And what I did play, I like the gameplay. It's the first Resident Evil where the enemies have parasites, and it's not so much zombies. It's parasites.
Which one?
Resident Evil 4. It's the one where
never played that.
No, I played it. I just I haven't played the remake.
Oh, the remake. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't play the remake. I played the original version on PS3. But I think I was late playing that when I played it, and I think like 06, 07. And I didn't play it in 2004 whenever it was released. But I like the upgrade, because I tried to buy the old version and play it on the Xbox One when I had the Xbox One, and the controls were weird. It just didn't respond the way they should have. It's like, some of the controls were backwards. I don't know. And it just threw me off.
Is that the one that starts in the desert?
No, that's 5.
No, I know I have one of them that I think I bought when I was still married, and I didn't like it. I remember
Yeah.
playing it. It wasn't very good.
Final
Yeah.
Fight was okay.
I have it on the 360.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, 5 was all right. That was the one where with Chris Redfield coming back. That was the big thing.
Yeah.
But
Chris
yeah,
Redfield and Jill Valentine.
It was more just an action game too. It didn't have any elements of it being like a horror game. It was just like
no.
it was more like that was around the time Left 4 Dead had come out. So you had this fast running zombie craze. So
Yes.
Resident Evil trying to make a game like that. And it was just like, yeah.
that was the one where they had Umbrella. They had like an upgraded virus where the zombies didn't move slow; they moved fast. And yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, and plus Capcom had the other zombie game, Dead Rising.
Mhm.
And that was like you guys remember Dead Rising, yeah.
Yeah.
You played that reporter and he has to, fight mobs of zombies. So there was a lot of zombie games out at that time. Left 4 Dead was out at the same time too. So yeah. Yeah, Resident Evil 5 was getting lost in the shuffle during that time.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. And once I get to storage, one of my add-ons is I get a lever action shotgun once I get to a storage container where I can swap some stuff out. But I'm still in the village. It's still like earlier on. But yeah, it's got low ammo. I'm using the knife a lot, which got me killed a lot because I want to take out everybody. But unfortunately, in 4, they make it hard for you to be able to take out everybody. They make it more attractive for you to just run out of there and try and avoid. So it's a little bit different than 1, 2, and 3. But yeah, after this, maybe I'll play Requiem and play Resident Evil 9.
So have you dropped Mass Effect?
I haven't picked back up Mass Effect. But it's I like the hell diving, man.
You know what else he still hasn't done long?
Babylon 5.
Chainsaw Man.
Man. Oh yeah.
All right.
This is true.
Tisk tisk.
It only takes a few hours to watch. Sad. Even with a short week, I did watch the 3rd episode of the Hulk Hogan documentary, so I only have one left to go.
Okay.
It's really good. It's probably the best episode so far. It goes into when he left and went to WCW and turned heel, and then the crowd turned against him, and he decided to, once WCW got bought, the match with The Rock at WrestleMania 18, which is my favorite wrestling match of all time. And then in rebuilding the Hulkamania brand with the red and yellow after that match, and it kind of ends there to go into chapter 4. And but man, excellent documentary, man. If you've ever been a Hulk Hogan fan, it's highly recommend. It's a must watch, or a wrestling fan. There's a lot of really neat behind the scenes, never before seen footage, which is really cool. And one thing I did get out of is Bret Hart is still an asshole. Dude, it's such a bitter old man. Fuck, man. He's still bitching about WrestleMania 9 30 or 40 years later. I was like, dude, shut up, man. All right, you got the belt taken off of you. Get over it. It's wrestling.
That's funny.
It's like, dude.
Well, he hates Bill Goldberg more though. So
yeah, but
so did Hogan talk about his time on Thunder in Paradise, the TV show?
They go into the Hollywood stuff and more of the movies about, like, it talks about Suburban Commando and Mr. Nanny, and he talks about how he goes, yeah, I realized I suck, but hey, I didn't care. I did it because
I like Suburban Commando as a kid.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah,
it's
Suburban
a silly
Commando.
Movie.
That's a guilty pleasure movie.
No Holds Barred is a silly movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that as much as Suburban Commando.
No.
Suburban Commando was just silly.
Yeah, it's kind of goofy.
I like it.
So yeah, they do go into his Hollywood stuff when he left the WWE before he joined WCW. Yeah, they do talk about it.
Do you remember that show, Mark?
Yeah, I remember.
Thunder in Paradise.
Yeah.
Matt, do you know that concept of that show?
Was that the one where Hulk Hogan was like a lifeguard or something?
No, he was a mercenary driving a weaponized powerboat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he went around Miami, Florida, just busting drug lords and busting crimes with his Knight Rider-like boat.
Dang.
It's called the Thunder in Paradise. So
Thunder in Paradise.
yeah,
It was a show.
I still vaguely remember the theme song, and it was like reggae.
Yeah, I think it only lasted like one
Thunder
season.
in Paradise, or something like that.
But yeah, highly recommend the documentary, man. It's really good. And then I watched another episode or two of Mall. So I have like, I didn't realize it was 10 episodes. I thought it was only 8. So I still have like 3 left. I thought I was like, yeah, I thought I was almost done. But very good. I mean, you gotta watch them all, man. You got Disney Plus, but we can't even get Matt to watch Chainsaw Man, so we'll probably never get around to watching them all.
Probably not.
He'll watch these fucking shows are an hour long in one day, but he can't watch a show it takes a few hours to watch. Slacking, bro.
Nope.
He's such a whore.
But it's okay because at the end of the day, me and Long are gonna be playing Wolverine, and he won't.
Oh, you're bringing that back up.
Hell yeah. But other than that, man, I did go. We all three of us. I mean, not together. Me and Long went. Then Matt went on with his kiddos. We saw Masters of the Universe, the new live action He-Man movie in theaters. In some ways, it's exactly what I expected to be. In some ways, maybe I expected it to not be what it was. I wasn't sure from the trailers that it was going to be as campy as it was. But then I walked out of it being like, I was okay with it being as campy as it was because I realized that's what He-Man is. The cartoon is that campy and goofy.
Yep.
It could have been played a little more serious and it probably would have been just as fine too. But I realized like, it's as I'm going to steal Long's word he likes to use on me. It's okay to be whimsical and just have fun with a movie. And that's what Master of the Universe was a lot of fun, a lot of childhood nostalgia. The toys come to life literally. The young man who played He-Man was good. The chick who played Tila was good and extremely hot. Jared Leto was just fine as Skeletor.
It doesn't sound like Jared Leto to me.
Well, no, they used some voice stuff, but you can tell by his mannerisms it was him, like the way he acts and stuff. You can tell he put his mannerisms into the role. But it was good, man. I really enjoyed the heck out of it. I think my small beef with it, when I went on my little Facebook rant, was like, do we have to have pronouns in every movie? And I get it. It was supposed to be like, maybe a poke at modern society and working in HR and also the He-Man name. But it's like, come on, man. It's like, you don't need these agenda-driven things and all these things.
That didn't bother me at all. It was just a he, him.
I know, but it didn't need to be there.
Don't let it bother you. So I don't see why. It's just, well, it's the truth though. He is a he, him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyways,
I get it.
Matt, what did you think of it?
I like the soundtrack. I will mention that the soundtrack was fun. I like the throwback to the 80s.
Guitar
you
work
have
by
no
Brian May.
connection to it. Yeah.
Huh? You are both talking. No,
but
I
meant like you were watching it because you have no connection to the show, right? You didn't see the TV series because you're too young. It came out before you were born. But
I saw some, but they were on. Like you said, they came out before I was born. And whenever I saw them, they were reruns. But I remember my cousin had a She-Ra VHS because his older sister was a fan of She-Ra, and so I would watch that. And I want to say He-Man was a part of some of those episodes.
Yeah.
But I saw very little.
Well, they had a movie that was He-Man, She-Ra, The Sword of Power, which was mostly directed DVD, VHS, or VHS at the time, but it aired. It was one of those movies that had like a very limited theatrical run.
Yeah, and that might have been it. Maybe that was it that I had seen.
I remember seeing that on TV. Broadcasted on TV when I was a kid. I was excited to see it. I remember setting time aside to watch that movie because it was like a TV special, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never had the toys, never collected them. But yeah, so I basically went in and I was just like, all right, let's see what what this is all about. And I did it on, I chose it based off of the voting of my kids. I was like, okay, we can either see this or Mandalorian Grogu. And, I was like, what's Masters of the Universe? So the kids had never really heard of He-Man because it was my younger ones. And so I played both the trailers, and all three of them were like, I want to go see He-Man. I was like, all right, let's go see He-Man. And they liked it. They enjoyed it. I like the aspects of it, just, being more than just strength and being strong in other ways. I like it.
Good positive message.
Yeah, good positive message. At first I was, I had seen the reboot. They had rebooted the He-Man cartoon in the 2000s.
Well,
yeah.
There's the He-Man,
reboots.
the New Adventures in the mid '90s, which wasn't very good. Then they had the 2000X series, which was a reboot of the Funimation series, and I actually own all that on DVD. It's actually really good, the 2000X series.
Now those cartoons I did see, and I had to go back and remember if they had portrayed Adam as weak in that series, because I didn't remember him being portrayed as weak as this Adam was portrayed.
Right. He's kind of a blend of the 80s and the 2000X, because 2000X he is weak, but not as goofy as he was in the 85 show. Yeah.
Right. And so I did, this one is more based on the 80s show, this portrayal. Right. But it's like the He-Man that I saw, the Adam that I saw, could handle himself some, so I got a different version whenever I was, watching that series. Cause I think it was on whenever I'd come home from school on Cartoon Network, or it was either Fox, Cartoons.
I think it was a Fox show. Yeah.
Yeah. And now I remember watching it and just having just a different thought of Adam in my mind. But this, it's fine. That's just like Paul Atreides in Dune. I was like, man, what's this weak kid, young looking kid doing, and that's how he is in the book. So it's like he is, aligned with the source material. So, that was fine. And then I just like it at the end, how he took, how he battled at the end of the movie. I don't want to spoil too much because it's fairly new.
I mean,
but yeah, I liked it a lot. Well, I liked a lot of aspects of it.
I mean, for me, growing up and playing with the toys, I did have a lot of connection to it. I actually liked the '87 Dolph Lundgren movie, which we did on the podcast once. It's not great, but it has a nostalgic factor for me. I felt like this was almost like a Flash Gordon version, kind of campy, kind of goofy, but also could be serious.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. I'm glad it wasn't afraid to poke fun at itself, because the He-Man names of the characters are ridiculous. I saw there's a YouTuber. He's a very famous He-Man collector, Pixel Dan, and he's got a He-Man book about the toys and stuff. He liked the movie, but did not like the fact he felt it picked fun at itself too much. And I started thinking about that. Okay, yeah, maybe a little bit. The Fisto jokes got a little bit old by the end, but they landed every time, and it felt like they didn't land, the jokes. And I could see that argument. Like, okay, it wasn't afraid to poke fun of itself, but maybe it got to the point where you're making fun of yourself to the point where you're trying to tell people that this is ridiculous. So I can see his point in that review, but I can let that slide too. Because these are kind of goofy characters. And I love the fact that Skeletor is really acted just like he did in the show, where he wants his goons to laugh at him and he gets mad at things. He has fits. Skeletor is basically a big evil baby. And I thought Jared Leto did a great job with that. I thought the CGI was pretty good, honestly. I know people said the movie looked AI-ish, but once you saw it on the big screen, I thought it looked really good. I thought it was really decent CGI work. And good action sequences. And I thought it was funny in the cartoon, no one knows who Adam is except for like Man-at-Arms. He's the only one who knows. But in this, it's more in the open that they all know he's He-Man, which I think the 2000X series might have been like that, where everyone knew he was He-Man, if I remember correctly. I think the only thing I would have done differently is I would have Battle Cat has C at the end instead of saving him for the epilogue. I would have given Battle Cat a chance to like bite Beastman's head off or something once he Ginger got turned into a Battle Cat. But otherwise, I really enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, same here. I didn't get to say much. I
Yeah,
thought it
no,
was
go
very
ahead.
entertaining. I actually avoided reviews going in, so I went in blind.
Hmm.
All I knew was it was a colorful trailer, and that's all I remembered. And yeah, I was actually very curious about this film, and I'm glad I watched it. Um, there were some moments, and I told Mark about this after watching it with him. It's like, oh, there's like a serious moment between him and his dad,
Hmm.
right? And his dad is dying, and then they're saying, there's a very somber moment, and then I'm like thinking, isn't Skeletor in the same room? you know, was like is Skeletor just watching them like just emote or what? Just
Right.
like, but I guess it just the action was so fast in that part. I guess I missed it, but
But no, you're right. But I think it's a throwback to how those old cartoons were. Stuff would just
yeah,
happen out of nowhere. Like, you know, Autobots
yeah.
would escape, the Megatron would be right behind them or something. So
Now
yeah.
I only saw He-Man on free TV. I didn't have cable, so um once they air it, they were done. Once they stopped making new shows, new episodes, that was it for me. I did they kept rerunning it on Cartoon Network on cable or
Oh,
something?
it's had reruns over the years, plenty. I mean, hell,
Yeah.
now you can, well, of course,
Oh,
watch everything on YouTube. But yeah,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, because on syndicated TV, free TV, as soon as He-Man was over, I remember the next big thing for me personally was the real Ghostbusters. That was my
right,
show, and Transformers, and then after those two big franchises ended, then came Ninja Turtles. So,
right.
you know, but anyways, but yeah, He-Man was gone in my consciousness as a kid as soon as it stopped airing. So for
Yeah,
me, it was like, this is I vaguely remember anything of this franchise except for
right.
He-Man
But
and
no,
She-Ra and
it,
Skeletor.
yeah, and it was cool. The post credit scene, of course, showed Orko, and then with a moral lesson as he would do at the end of the cartoon, and then a little Shira tease
Cameo.
there.
Yeah.
So it's some cool stuff. I hope it does well enough. It didn't have a great weekend, but Amazon Studios doesn't seem to be worried about it. They seem to be very confident behind this franchise because there's a lot of characters that weren't even in this. Like we didn't see the bird people at Stratos. We didn't see Panther, which is Skeletor's cat. There's a lot of stuff a lot more they can do with it, man. So
Yeah.
hopefully they're able to continue it and they make more. Um, but if you're on the fence about it, man, go see Master Universe. Enjoy it, man. It's a good time in the theaters.
Yeah.
I
So
really,
yeah, it's an interesting tidbit about this film, and Netflix was developing this movie for a long time,
shoot, it
and
had
then
John Woo attached to direct this back in
yeah,
like 2004. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and then Amazon MGM bought the rights to it, and then they just picked up where Netflix left off. That that $200 million budget was part of it from Netflix too. So
Right.
Okay.
whatever money that was spent on the Amazon side, it was like they intended it for streaming on Prime. And so they decided to put it out in theaters. So any money they made from that was like, oh, that's just a bonus to them.
Right.
So yeah. So
Yeah. I
Shiro is
mean,
also in development.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazon's making plenty of money anyway. So hopefully
Right. Yeah.
we'll get the sequel. And then hopefully it finds its home on streaming too. I'm sure it'll do well. It's a good movie. All right. Cool, man. Master of the Universe. Well, I guess we should get into today's featured film. We almost made that the featured film. That's okay. It was a
Right.
fun
For real. Really could have.
And what movie were we doing? Oh yeah. Jennifer Connelly.
Actually, I'm sorry. Can I do the preamble for the Labyrinth? Since it wasn't I forgot to ask you before we started recording, but I wanted to make a special note. The Labyrinth. I saw this movie once, and the reason why I wanted to talk about this movie to preempt Mark a bit is because one of my friends, one of my best friends that I've grown up with, her name is, I'll just call her V. She was the one who introduced me to this film back when I was 10 years old, 10, 12 years old. I had no idea what I was getting into watching this film. She told me, trust me, you'll like it, right? And that's what it's like. So anyway, she played the movie for me, and I wanted to give her a special shout out because she recently had a successful medical procedure, and I kind of want to dedicate this segment of the show to her for her successful medical operation that she had like literally a few weeks ago, last month. So I wanted to do a special shout out for her and dedicate this segment for her.
Yeah, man.
And I'm happy for her that her procedure was successful. And I threw I don't remember if I threw this movie into the suggestion box or Mark did.
Can't remember either. Yeah,
but
that's wishes to her too, though.
Yeah, thank you. But she's a mother. She's also a mother too. So it just kind of works out that way, the timing of it all. And I didn't get to mention this to either one of y'all, so I hope this is a pleasant surprise too. But the timing of this movie for this week's feature just fell into place, and I wanted to give a special shout out to Mark for picking this movie, and also the chance to rewatch this movie and to kind of relive my childhood again. But yes, the Labyrinth is a movie about a teenage girl, and it's a coming of age movie of her basically trying to rescue her brother from the Goblin King and to reach the castle in 2 hours by midnight.
13 hours. 13 hours.
Was it 13 hours? I thought, okay. So yeah, so she had to rescue her brother in 13 hours, and she has to travail through the labyrinth, a maze. And throughout her journey through the maze, she makes some friends with some really wonderfully creature Jim Henson puppets characters, going from your typical puppet size characters to life-size, human-size characters, or even bigger. And along her adventure, she meets up with these characters, and she goes through some little not random, but obstacles. And at the same time, freaking David Bowie is like doing his thing and aura farming, as kids like to say. Just
farming,
being a charismatic antagonist with some music numbers and stuff. And man, what a cool villain!
Which is,
I thought he was a cool villain.
No, he is. The musical numbers are the weirdest part of the movie, though, and I'll explain why when we get to it.
Yeah.
Yes. From characters that loses their heads literally.
Yeah.
To running into a sludge pit. That's basically poo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't realize how much of a cult following this movie was, but I think this movie came out after Dark Crystal, right? Yeah. But this is definitely the peak of the Jim Henson company's just masterful puppeteering. This is the practical effects. The characters are so alive. They felt so alive and real and immersive, and you just forget about it and just get yourself experiencing, the film, the story of it. And the film felt big, even though it wasn't. That's fantastic matte paintings too for the backgrounds. But yeah, wonderful film. I'm glad we revisited, but yeah, the floor is for you guys. Sorry to hijack a little bit there, Mark.
Oh, you're okay. Yeah, man. First, I want to. I'm going to apologize, thinking but Jennifer Connelly. I didn't realize she was only 16 in this movie, and I might have had bad thoughts. I'm just going to say that. It's like, oh wait a minute, she was still young back then. But she has very mature voice for her age at 16.
Yeah,
like just her way she articulates her words and stuff. Like she was definitely ahead of her years, and that's why she's still working today. When this, not all child actresses are able to do that.
No.
That's why, because she was
especially girls.
Yeah, but that's why. It's because she was very good at a young age. Of course, this is directed by Jim Henson as well, and and it strangely, it almost caused Jim Henson's production company to go under because the movie wasn't a very big hit. No. And they spent a lot of money on it, but it started to get in following, and of course, Jim Henson also had the support of his peers like Spielberg and George Lucas, which helped keep his company alive. A small little note there that this film did almost crash Jim Henson's company. Michael Jackson, Prince, and Mick Jagger were who Jim Henson really wanted to play the Goblin King.
Well, he really wanted
Sting as well. And but then they ended up being David Bowie, who wanted to make a kids film. And I'm going to get that out of the way real quick. David Bowie's great in the movie, but the musical numbers are the weirdest part of this film because they like make no sense. They just sort of,
and he requested them.
He just starts singing. That's why I'm saying it had to be in his contract. Like, hey, if I'm going to do this, because the movie's not really a musical, but it has these musical numbers in it that come out of nowhere.
Those were his demands,
and they do nothing to drive the plot. They're just sort of there. It's so weird, and they're fine. It's Bowie; he's great. I mean, he's a legend.
And he had two music videos come out.
Yeah. But it's just very oddly placed in the film. But yes, he definitely Aura Farms, as Long says, and he's great in the movie. And he's kind of that villain that seems a bit unhinged, but also controlled. Like you're not sure what he's going to do,
very eccentric.
Yeah. And, but it's definitely a very David Bowie appropriate part to play. The film has a sense of wonder to it throughout it, which I think is great. It reminds me of that era of these type of films from, whether you're watching Star Wars or E.T. or a lot of those movies at that time that gave you that sense of childlike wonder as you're watching things unfold. Amazing Muppetry work. And again, I can't reiterate enough, practical effects are always going to be better than CGI if they're done properly. This movie also, it's funny. This movie took some chances. They tried some CGI effects along with the matte paintings, and they worked to a certain extent. They look a little rough. But it was one of the first movies to attempt some CGI work when the glass is breaking and
the owl.
The owl as well. So, but pretty good because there was this 1984, 85,
86.
86.
It's as old as I am.
Yeah. So, that's pretty cool that they tried.
The script was written by Terry Jones from Monty Python.
Yep.
Yeah. And
produced by George Lucas.
Yeah, produced by George Lucas. But Matt, have you ever seen this movie before?
Yep, that voodoo that you do.
Yeah,
and I always remembered that line.
When did you see this, as a kid or what?
Yeah. I think I saw this when I was like 5 or 6. I didn't really absorb it all. I just remembered the Muppet-like creatures and it being kind of goofy and funny. And of course the easy, laugh fart jokes from the swamp, where the swamp is basically just farting, as everyone's trying to make it across. I remember, the dancing and the singing. And that was really it. I think I did watch this like maybe 5 years ago, a rewatch, and just hadn't seen it since. Until we researched it again for this week, but it definitely holds up. I will say, obviously it's geared towards kids, and that humor is definitely what is the driving force behind the dialogue. I like the worm. The worm's one of my favorite characters, and which is voiced by I think another actress that does Muppets as well. Like you said, this was a Henson film. Even his brother was in the film. Brian voices Hopper, and the weird looking person that helps Sarah through the labyrinth, but is really like a double agent. But then even though he betrays her, he comes back and helps her at the end. But
character growth there.
Character growth. And definitely character growth with Sarah. It's her half brother. She, doesn't like her stepmom. She's obviously frustrated with having to watch him, and she asked the Goblin King to take him away, and now it's her fault. She realizes what she did too late, and she gives up her bear at the end to him. And before she brings him back, she remembers the last line of the play that she's reading, which is the Labyrinth, and she can't finish the last line. But at the end, she finishes the last line, which ultimately defeats David Bowie's character, Jareth, and he turns into the owl, which is his second form, because he's powerless. He realizes he's powerless against Sarah, and he watches from the outside as she celebrates with her family and her friends winning the Labyrinth at the end. So I like the film. It definitely has it's definitely a growing a path where Sarah has to grow and mature, and
she was quite spoiled in
yes.
the beginning of the film.
Yeah, you can tell she's out in the courtyard doing drama. And then the stepmother, she's like, wants her dog to go through the garage while it's raining, and she's but it seems very 80s and 90s esque, where she's just like, no one understands me, and she goes to her room, but it's look at the audience. It's PG, it's rated for kids.
She actually
kid argument.
When filming started, she was 14. She turned 15 during filming.
Yep.
So and it got released just before she turned 16.
And she plays a 16-year-old in the film. Her character is 16. But yeah, this is a film that's kind of odd with the dancing and the music numbers. They were Bowie's requests and demands in his contract. And he had a music video to one of them. It's the same tune that he sings whenever Sarah forgets. She eats the peach and she forgets what her mission is, what she's trying to do, and she's in this like masquerade ball. And so there's a music video where Bowie is this nightclub singer, and it's like in black and white, and he goes through different phases, and then he goes into the labyrinth and eventually becomes Jareth. Hopper's in it too, but it's kind of weird. But hey, Ninja Turtles had a music video too with, Ninja Turtles dancing with Vanilla Ice, which Jim Henson also had a hand in the first Ninja Turtles. So that's the only weird thing, but it's, it's campy and it works. You have the flaming, the not flaming, but the flame Muppets, the flame.
Yeah, the ones that could decapitate themselves.
Yeah. And the CGI on that is a little weird. You can see the black behind them, the black screen, the black matte painting part.
Yeah. I'm curious though. Has your wife seen this movie before?
Yeah, and she watched it with me, and she feels like it still holds up.
Is it like one of her nostalgia? Does she feel nostalgic about it or anything?
Oh yeah. It's a throwback. It's a cult classic. She's not a huge Labyrinth fan.
Yeah.
But it's got the iconic David Bowie in there, Ziggy Stardust, and he's singing. He's very mysterious. Zor farming. He's got the eyeshadow.
What did you think of his? I still can't get enough of his the crystal orbs. The way he juggles those.
Well, they brought in a professional juggler to do that.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm mesmerized by that little effect of his.
Yeah, I had to look it up. I was, and that's the only reason why I knew it was a professional juggler, because I was like, was this CGI too? Like, it looks so good. Like, is someone able to really just
do
that?
A special effect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a juggler. A juggler was that was his skill. It was a skill. And that just blows my mind.
The juggler said that was the most difficult thing he's ever done.
Wow.
Trying to do that without being able to see, and without being able to see clearly of the motion of his orbs, he had to do it by feel, by muscle memory, and had to be in coordination with Bowie's acting too.
Wow.
So yeah, and Bowie had to be seamless with the way he did that orb effect, the crystal orb effect. So yeah, but yeah,
good callback. That was a cool scene.
But yeah, I remember this is the second time I've ever seen this movie from beginning to end. First time was 30, 40 years ago, and I was like, I remember Vivian telling me, "Hey, have you ever seen The Labyrinth?" I was like, "The Labyrinth? I've never heard of that. What kind of movie is it?" It's like, and then she's like, "Oh, trust me, she's got to see it." And then she puts it on, and I was like, "Whoa!" The one
There-
thing I remember was Hoggle peeing into the pool.
Yes. Oh yeah,
into the
yeah.
pond.
That
That's the one image I remember since then. I'm like, okay, cool. And Muppet peeing.
I always remember the Ludo rescue scene where the things are biting each other in the butt, and she rescues them. That scene always. And how great of a character is Ludo for a Muppet? I mean, he's a memorable character because you feel sorry for him.
He's like a Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Big and scary, but he's got a heart,
and lifelike.
Very
lifelike.
And this movie, there was talks of when legacy sequels were a big thing the last 15 years. There was talks of a sequel to this at one point, but I think once when Bowie passed, it kind of the idea went away. But I thought that'd been cool. I have a feeling this is a movie that feels like Hollywood would try to remake this at some point, I would think, with CGI effects, but it won't have that same magical feel that this movie has, by doing that. There's something to be said about the purity of it with the Muppet work.
Yeah. And I feel like Bowie's a very, very good actor. I feel.
Yeah. Oh, he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only seen him like in this, and of course he was in The Prestige, which he's really good in. I'm trying to think what else I've seen him in.
He was actually pretty famous for his lead role in The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Yeah.
That was his first feature role, and he got critical acclaim for that film. But it's I've seen clips of it. There's a lot of sex and nudity in that film, and it's very trippy, very psychedelic. But it's a good film from what I heard.
No, he was definitely a talented individual. But no, I like Labyrinth. I've only seen it a few times over the years. Like I said, for some strange reason, I own this on my Fandango account. I think I might have been one of those where I got it for free.
Got it drunk.
No, like I said, in the early days of Voodoo, they would give you free movies, I think it might have been something where I bought a movie and you got a code for a free movie, and this was the free movie, something like that.
Oh, okay.
You used to be able to buy, when you bought more Blu-rays at Walmart, you buy them and they give you a code you get additional free movie. And I think that's might be how I got this.
Yeah.
But no, it holds up well. Waverly was in the room watching some of it with me, and she didn't watch all of it, but she thought it was neat too. And that's really good. She's like, okay, I'll watch it later. I'm going now. She didn't stick around. She was too busy at the moment. But but I think it's a pretty solid film. It holds up well. I think it's a pretty solid B plus, maybe even A minus.
I'll give it a B plus.
Good performances. The musical numbers are interesting.
B plus. Yeah.
The technical wizardry. The
fantastic.
Straightforward story. David Bowie.
Great set pieces, not
Great
just the
set
Muppets.
pieces.
The sets look great.
Yeah, the sets look
the
great.
cities,
the world
the
felt
labyrinth.
alive.
Yeah.
The world felt alive. A lot of what was it? A lot of surprises in this film. A lot of little surprises. So,
no, it's a good movie. And it's the 40th anniversary of the film this year, so it's a good time to do it on the show. If you've never seen Labyrinth before, it's available. It's on Disney Plus, Hulu, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Free movies on YouTube.
Yeah, it's probably available a lot of places. These older movies are a little easier to access. All right. Well, next week we are going to go another classic route, that of a Clint Eastwood film, which he directed, I believe. It was his attempt at a spaghetti western after doing all the spaghetti westerns for Italian directors. It's not really a sequel. I guess it's a companion piece to his Man with No Name trilogy in spirit, and that is High Plains Drifter, which is he doesn't play the Man with No Name, but it's a very similar character to the Man with No Name, and that's why why it's a companion piece. And interesting movie with it's funny because we just did Death Rides a Horse a few weeks ago, and it has a rape scene at the beginning, and so does this movie, believe it or not. Yeah.
Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, which is I just thought about that. It's interesting how this movie starts.
A lot of movies in the 70s had that.
Yeah, I guess it was,
Death Wish had that. So
anyways. I guess it was the easy way to show violence and give the hero a reason to do whatever he needs to do.
Did the outlaw Jesse Wells have that too?
I feel like it's just an attack on his family, though. I don't remember there being, because it's more like a PG movie. It's more like low key, if I remember right. I have it. I'd have to go back and watch it. But yeah, so High Plains Drifter next week, which Long confirmed before the show, that is available to watch on Netflix if you want to watch along with us. So we'll do that next week for episode 499, just before 500. But until then, the rubberradiopodcast.com for all your Rubber Radio needs. And we have a good weekend, everybody, a good week. And we thank you as always for listening. This has been Mark.
This has been Matt.
And this is Long, and this episode's for you, Vivian.
Absolutely. Until next time, remember, as always, just go there and do it.